So at this point, I'm just starting to think that maybe my laptop audio just chooses when it should work, and I'm not entirely sure how to deal with that.
I could also just do this and hope that you actually pick up my voice because there's no reason for you to not pick up my voice. Right, so this is the part where I'm actually going to be looking at my screen and I'm genuinely hoping that the audio matches up to the video because I didn't do a voiceover. Oh, you know how long I've been looking for that word and I couldn't find that word for the life of me? But yeah, I didn't do well, I am doing a voiceover because I didn't talk while I was recording. Because what happened was I really wanted to play this specific family, but then I was at work, so I couldn't really be there basically talking to myself about some Sims ladder pixels on a screen in front of people, especially considering that I was kind of the face of the business. So I was just like, you know what? It wouldn't be my first rodeo just playing The Sims and talking after I've played everything and trying my best to make it make sense. And if you're going to ask me, well, why didn't you just wait until you were home? I could wait. I really wanted to play this family, and sorry, I made it in such a way where I would at least want to come back to these people. So I usually have the urge to come back and play The Sims more than I would usually have the urge to come back and play The Sims on a normal day. So I really wanted to play them. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna voice over, and if anything, I just edit and make it sound as sensible as possible. And usually that works. I'm saying usually, even though I've really only done this with another Let's Play that I never finished. And we're not going to talk about that Let's Play, so let me move right the hell along. At least the good thing with this is that I'm more. How would you say? I'm not entirely sure what to say, but I'm basically more inclined. Yeah, that's right. I'm more inclined to do a long play than if I was talking while I was playing, because usually if I'm talking while I'm playing, there are moments when I just go like radio silent. Sometimes it genuinely happens for a good 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay, and I just cut that part out because I'm like, damn, I really have nothing to say here. So I just like go radio silent instead of wasting my breath and my salivary glands. I'm not entirely sure that's the part that I'm supposed to mention, but sure. I'm also not going to be doing the part where I read what this part is supposed to be about because I think so. This is the third episode of the Let's Play, and I believe that starting at the second episode, I probably had to intertwine the second and third episode. That I wrote down would have been the second and third episode because I think nothing would have happened if I was supposed to just be like, oh, this is the second episode and that's exactly how we're going to deal with it. So I just went, okay, I'm just going to like combine the two. So I'm not really going to read off what I have for the third episode. And I probably shouldn't read it. I think I did in the fourth episode because this is me after recording the fourth episode, by the way. So yeah, I kind of did a little mismatch and went back, but it's fine. I think it's at least I can say it's fine. But this is going to be a relatively shorter one because again, there really wasn't much to do. So I kind of mixed them. So technically I could have had this as like included in the actually no because that one would have been a good 40 minutes and you guys know how I feel about long let's plays, which I know is kind of expected. If it's a let's play, then I mean obviously we're gonna play along with you, and if you take like 3 hours to play, then we're gonna take 3 hours to watch it with you. But you must have something better to do with your life, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut it up and hope for the best, really. But as I said, I think this should definitely be a little bit okay. I don't think it's gonna be that much it's gonna be that much of a difference. I'm not entirely sure where I'm lying, but it's not going to be that huge where the quality drops. I mean, if anything, the audio is actually better. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with my laptop. I believe I said this in the first part and also the dimension. I completely forgot that I could do pillow fights. The animation is genuinely so cute and I just never really use it, which as I said before, I tend to not use the things that come with the packs, so I'm using this let's play series as a way to go, oh, you see this thing that I usually never do, I'm actually going to start doing it and hope that it actually adds a little bit to the gameplay. Also, you cannot say that I don't at least like y'all even a little bit because I have both my fans turned off, by the way. Why? Because as you could tell from the first recording that I made, for some reason, whenever I talk into my earphone, it sounds kind of high pitchy and weird, and I don't understand why because it's supposed to be one, noise canceling, and also It's supposed to sound good. It's not supposed to sound like that. So I'm not, I just said, you know what, screw it. So let me just talk from my normal phone speaker or microphone, I should say. And it sounds way better, but it only sounds good if basically no noise is around me, which sucks. So here I am, basically like heating up because I want to make my voice sound as clear and perfect for y'all niggas. Congratulations, y'all shall feel good about yourselves. I also very much lost my train of thought, so I'm not entirely sure what I was talking about before, so let me just finally start talking about the game that I'm presently playing. Well, not presently playing, I played it already, I'm just watching myself play. So, this girl, I forgot her name. Soa, she's one of them. As I said before, like in a previous video, I kind of messed up her naming schedule. I gave her what her daughter was gonna be called. But as you can see, I'm actually trying to get her to build her romance with this nice little guy that's gonna be the love interest for her. But also, I think this gameplay is actually not in the canon, because well, it's in the canon, but it's not like in the canon save file type of way, because it crashed, and I think I had to cheat because I was like, I'm not. Yuki and Vida now despise you. Yuki's a teenager, by the way. So the fact that this guy has a full-on beef with a teenager is very funny to me. But anyways, if the cuts are like, if the huge cuts are bothering you, don't be bothered too much. Nothing really happened. Oh, oh, well, at least think about it this way. I wouldn't have cut out anything that would have popped up. Usually when I'm like scrolling through the video, I do check to see all the pop-ups. So it's funny that just happened as soon as I said it, but the don't worry, pop-ups like these, I'm not like skipping over them. But storytelling purposes, let me mention who that is. That is actually the father of her niece. Is it niece or is it cousin? I think niece is when your sibling has someone. So this was her mother's sibling having someone. So I believe that's cousin. So this is her cousin's father, which actually adds to the story, because all I wanted was for the cousin to like come over to us. But now the cousin is going to end up like coming over to, who's the family? Now the cousin's going to end up having a good reason as to why she's now living with Soa, instead of just it being, oh, you know, I wanted it to happen for the plot, and I also wanted a teenager to play with, because I feel as if playing with just the two of them alone will become very redundant real quick, like very quickly. Let me tell you, I even downloaded a bunch of mods, and you're probably going to see them pop up in like, because even right now I think he has, I'm hovering the cursor over his moodlet to try and read the moodlet as if I'm playing the game presently. I am so dumb. If we ignore that, however, you can see, or you will be able to pick up, like as the more this progresses, that I've downloaded a good amount of new mods, because you're gonna see a little bit of difference. Now that I think about it, maybe not, because I mean, a lot of mods do a lot of things, so maybe not. But throughout the course of playing this game, I actually went back, downloaded some mods, and deleted some mods as well. And actually, now that I'm doing this, I'm actually going to delete some mods soon. Like after I'm done recording for this, I'm going to go ahead and delete some mods. Because for one, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but for some weird reason, whenever I try to do the grocery shopping with my Sims, the sugar, the flour, and something else is there that's in a sack. But all three of those things, oh, the red meat and the white meat, they're always asterisks. I don't understand why they're always asterisks for me, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And they failed again. Bro, I do not understand why they keep failing that one specific subject. It doesn't make any sense to me. They literally did all their homework. This one didn't have the presentation, but they did all their homework. And the first time as well, they both studied, because I had nothing for them to do at the time. So I was like, oh, you know what? You both might as well just study. And they both sent in their term paper. I don't know why they keep failing, but they're just going to keep failing. At this point, I'm done.